Brave Bunny Rescues Ducklings from Danger, a heartwarming tale. Deep in the heart of Willowbrook Forest, where the sun sparkled on the gentle river and the wind whispered through the tall trees, lived a brave little bunny named Benny. Benny wasn't an ordinary rabbit. He had a heart full of courage and a spirit that never backed down when someone was in trouble. One day, Benny found himself facing a challenge that would test his bravery like never before. A family of helpless ducklings was in danger, and it was up to this small but fearless bunny to save them. A peaceful morning turns into a cry for help. It was a beautiful morning in Willowbrook. The birds chirped in harmony, the squirrels played among the trees, and the river glistened under the golden sunlight. Benny, a fluffy brown rabbit with bright blue eyes, hopped along the riverbank, searching for his favorite clover patches. As he enjoyed the fresh morning air, a sudden frantic sound caught his attention. Quack, quack, help! Benny's ears perked up. He turned toward the sound and saw a mother duck flapping her wings in distress near the river's edge. Her eyes were wide with panic, and she kept looking toward the fast-moving current. Benny hopped closer. "What's wrong?" he asked. "My babies, my ducklings, they got swept away by the river," the mother duck cried. Benny's heart pounded. He looked out at the rushing water and spotted 5 tiny ducklings struggling to stay afloat as the strong current carried them away. "I have to save them," Benny declared, his determination stronger than his fear. The daring plan. Benny knew he had to act fast. The river was too strong for the ducklings, and if they floated too far, they might not survive. He quickly thought of a plan. "I need something to slow down the ducklings before they reach the rapids," he muttered to himself. Looking around, he saw a cluster of large floating lily pads nearby. If he could guide the ducklings toward them, they could hold on until he found a way to bring them to safety. Benny sprinted toward the water's edge, hopping from rock to rock until he reached a fallen tree branch that extended over the river. Balancing carefully, he called out to the ducklings. "Swim toward the lily pads. Hold on to them," he shouted. The ducklings, exhausted but desperate, paddled as hard as they could. One by one, they reached the lily pads and clung to them with their tiny webbed feet. A dangerous rescue mission. The ducklings were now safe from the immediate current, but Benny knew he couldn't leave them there. He needed to bring them back to their mother. Benny spotted a long vine hanging from a tree branch above. A plan formed in his mind. He would use the vine to swing down and push the ducklings toward the riverbank. Taking a deep breath, Benny climbed onto a rock, grabbed the vine tightly with his teeth, and jumped. He swung over the river, timing it perfectly as he nudged the lily pads closer to the shore. The ducklings squeaked in surprise, but held on tight as Benny guided them toward land. But just as the last duckling neared the shore, disaster struck. Benny in trouble! The vine suddenly snapped. Benny tumbled into the water, his small body tossed by the strong current. He tried to swim, but the river was too powerful. The mother duck and the ducklings gasped in horror. "Benny, hold on!" the mother duck quacked. Just as Benny felt himself being pulled toward the rapids, he saw something, another fallen branch floating nearby. With all his strength, he paddled toward it and climbed on, gasping for breath. "I need to get back," Benny thought. But how? The ducklings saved Benny. Just then, something incredible happened. The 5 little ducklings, seeing their rescuer in trouble, bravely paddled toward Benny. They had learned from him, and now it was their turn to help. Together, they pushed the floating branch with their tiny beaks, steering it toward the riverbank where their mother waited. Benny felt the branch moving and realized what they were doing. "You're amazing!" he cheered. With one final push, the ducklings helped Benny reach the shore. The mother duck rushed to them, wrapping her wings around all of them in a warm, feathery hug. "You saved my babies, and they saved you," she said, her eyes filled with gratitude. Benny, soaking wet but smiling, shook the water from his fur. "Teamwork," he said with a grin. The forest celebrates the brave bunny word of Benny's heroic rescue spread through Willowbrook Forest. The animals gathered to celebrate their brave bunny friend. The birds sang a joyful melody. The squirrels brought fresh nuts as a gift, and the deer bowed their heads in respect. Even the wise old owl declared, "Benny, you have proven that bravery isn't about size, it's about heart." The mother duck and her ducklings stayed close to Benny, forever grateful for his kindness. And from that day on, whenever the animals of Willowbrook needed help, they knew exactly who to call. The brave little bunny who risked everything to save a family of ducklings. The hero of Willowbrook. Benny continued his adventures, always looking out for those in need. He had learned an important lesson, not only about bravery, but also about friendship and teamwork. And as he hopped along the riverbank each morning, he often saw the ducklings, now bigger and stronger, swimming happily in the water. Whenever they saw Benny, they quacked excitedly, a reminder of the day they all became heroes together. The legend of Benny the Brave Bunny lived on in Willowbrook, proving that no matter how small you are, you can do great things when you have the courage to help others. Moral of the story: bravery comes in all sizes. Helping others creates strong friendships. Even when you're in trouble, teamwork can save the day. Kindness is the greatest strength of all. This heartwarming tale of a rabbit rescuing ducklings from danger is sure to inspire viewers and touch hearts everywhere.